Hi, I'm Coach David Halal. Today, our newsletter is about change. Someone was asking me, he says, it looked like you changed, David. In fact, they didn't even really say David. They called me by my birth name, which is Anderson. They said, you change. You change your name. You change your looks. You change. And let me read this quote for you. George Bernard Shaw says that progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Would you like me to read that again? Let me read it again. Progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything, their life or anything. Because change, my friend, is important and it is inevitable. Change begins one decision from right now. One decision from right now starts your change. You start your progress, or you start going from where you are to where you're going. Sometimes for you to change, most of the times, in fact, you must ignore an offense. You must ignore what someone might say. Somebody you honor, a protege, a friend, a family member, might say something, but change begins one question from now. You must ask yourself, you know what? What do I want to be 5 years from now? What do I want to accomplish 2 years from now? What do I want to do? Change begins when you start doing what you admire in others. Sometimes you see somebody dress a certain way, or sometimes you see somebody have something you'd like to have. Sometimes you see, a lot of times, for myself, I see somebody write a book. I said, I want to write a book. So I wrote a book, When then I say, well, I see somebody have something that I'd like to have, or an amount of money that I'd like to make, whether it's, $10,000 a year or $100,000 or $1 million a year, then I start working towards that goal in order for me to accomplish and to make that change. Sometimes I have to change, but the first thing I must change before I change my house, change my cars, change my clothes, change my, looks, and change the way I, things that I believe, I must start changing my mind, because the mind is a powerful thing. Change, my friends, my families, change is a divine reward. When God, when the universe, when nature, when Mother Nature, when God, the man upstairs, sees that you want to change, you want to be better, the first thing he put in your mind is change. It's change. Change is always one question away. Change is important. Change is very important. Change is simpler than you start making your change from your mind. Sometimes because of the pain that you go through, the pain of life, the pain of life, will force you to change. In fact, changes are always proportionate to your pain. If you were sick, you're like, oh my goodness, I was born, and I was sick or whatever, I was poor or I was whatever, and you say, you know what, I need to change because I hate that. I hate being poor. I hate being weak. I hate being, overweighted or skinny or too skinny or whatever. And then you say, you know what, I am going to change. And the moment you say that, you will start changing. Why? Because change will be proportionate to your, pain. So what we should do, my friend, in order for us to change, not only you need to change, and change is inevitable, but you need to start changing your world, the people around you. Sometimes family members, you have to cut them loose. Sometimes family members, you have to, what I'm saying right now is, might sound kind of radical, and even for some people, oh, I can't believe this. But change, sometimes you have to start cutting the people that are closer to you, which is your family, because you didn't choose your family. You didn't choose, you honored them, you loved them, but you didn't choose them. So you have to start getting away from certain people. You have to start bringing new families around, new friends, people that admire you, people that think like you. And then once you realize that you want to change, you start changing your world, then you start changing your words. You can't be negative anymore. You create change in your life by using different words, increasing your vocabulary. Change is the secret of the mouth. Change is the difference between people. The difference between people is their routine towards their future. You see, if you want to have a different future, you got to start establishing new routine. You have to read more if you want to get smarter, if you want to get wiser. You have to read more. You have to talk to different people. You have to listen to tapes, motivational tapes, inspirational tapes, read motivational books. You start working with your words. You start using different words. And if you really want to change yourself, well, the first thing you need, third thing you need to do, you change your focus. You focus on different things. Now, I'm focusing on my on doing YouTube videos while I'm writing a book, a motivational book. While I'm doing that, I'm focusing on my future. I start putting pictures of all different things that I want, whether it's a big, huge house or a small house, or different places that I'd like to go on vacations, Africa, Europe, or anywhere else, throughout the States of America, which is a beautiful country. While I'm focusing on these things, it's pulling me towards these kind of people. I start meeting different people. All of a sudden, my friends and the people that I deal with are doing the same thing. And people that are not doing the same thing, people that are not progressives, I have to get away from them. Whoever you are. I don't have to talk to you. You don't have to talk to me. We don't have to be friends. If you're not going where I'm going, I cannot be walking with you. Think about this. I'm on the highway. I want to end up in Atlanta. I live on the south side. And then I start driving south. But I said, I'm going to Atlanta. No, if I'm heading south from where I am, I'm going to end up in Macon somewhere. I'm going to end up in Florida. I'm not going to end up in Atlanta. So I cannot, and also I cannot follow people that are going to Macon when I want to go to Atlanta. So I must understand that I need to change my direction. I need to change where I'm going. I need to change the people around me. And as you do that, your atmosphere starts changing. Your thinking starts changing. Your words start changing. Every pleasure changes you. Every pleasure changes you. You have to also look for different entertainment. You cannot entertain with the same kind of people, My friends, you need to change. And accept change in your life. Some people will leave. Some people will come. But as they leave or as they come, that's the way it is. Because change is inevitable. There's one word that's constant in life and in the universe is change. This is David Halal, fearlessly and passionately pursuing his call and his destiny. Don't forget to subscribe. Click subscribe, like my videos, comment, rude remarks, what have you. I can take it because I'm a changed man. Later. You too.